Katie Holmes' daughter, Suri, is in college now.
Yeah.
Which blows your mind because you remember her as a little. All right, so she's in college. She's at Carnegie Mellon University. $65,000 a year.
Oh my God!
Now, of course,
Rich
Tom Cruise
stuff.
got it, right? But Carnegie Mellon, very top-notch school. He has been apparently not talking to her. He hasn't seen her in 11 years.
Yeah.
According to this report. But he's still paying that college tuition.
So that's good that he's helping out financially.
You got me messed up.
That's in there. That's the Scientology rule, I believe.
What's the Scientology rule?
Anybody in your family, anybody you're related to, I've watched a whole documentary about this. You have to completely push them out of your life. You're not allowed to have a relationship with them. So if Katie Holmes, his ex, is not raising the child in Scientology whatsoever, you literally cannot.
Is that true?
Yes. 100%.
So, what? I don't know. I don't know.
I've
not watched the documentary, so you might be a better expert.
So hold on. So you have to push them out. You're saying like you can't have any kind of affiliation.
No contact.
With them? So why is Tom paying for her college then?
Well, I mean, he can. It's still his daughter, but I mean,
that's a divorce thing too, probably in the money. But I mean, okay. So I don't know if it's Scientology driven, but I'm just like, if I'm paying. I'm just making this Orlandoology.
Gotcha.
If I'm paying for your college, please believe we need to have a relationship, especially if it's 65 bands a year. Yeah. Like, that's insane.
That's all I was saying. It's like if I'm paying for my daughter and we're going to like $250,000 for college, she better be talking to me.
What was it? What's the woman that's brought so much awareness into it?
Leah Remini.
That's it. I watched
from King of Queens.
Yes, and I watched her documentary as well, and so that's why her family is estranged in several ways because she was actually raised in Scientology, and then she got out somehow. And so she doesn't talk to a lot of her family members.
If you are Scientology, like the way you understand it, I'm not saying this is the law, so don't nobody get mad at us if this sounds wrong. But if you're in that religion. And then other people in your family leave it.
Yes.
You then can't rock with them.
You're not supposed to.
Like
what
family reunion.
There's no family reunion. There's no.
Okay, so
you don't do that.
So the reunion happens. You go to the reunion and they show up. You got to leave.
I don't even think you go. I think you kind of...
You just deal with the family members who stay in the religion.
Yes, because to take out a child or an ex or anything out of that religion, that family, that unit is a very big deal. To even leave the religion is a big deal.
This says the two haven't been photographed together since 2013. Suri has even dropped Cruz.
Yes.
As her last name and changed it to Noel, which is Katie Holmes' maiden name.
Oh, we're seeing a lot of people
that says a lot.
Texting in. They said you have to sever all contacts of people and all ties of people that don't practice Scientology.
There's been so many families that are broken up because of this.
Oh, they're also saying Nicole Kidman is not in contact with any of her kids that she shares with Tom because they practice Scientology and she doesn't.
There you go. Because he has adopted children,
right? I mean, Connor. I know Connor and Bella. I mean, I know Connor personally.
We've seen Connor at Wild Splash, right?
Yeah, he was always out here. I mean, he lives here.
If their mom,
he did live here.
If their adopted mom, Nicole Kidman, is not a part of the religion, then they can't have any contact with them, and that's part of what they teach. No, in general. No. It's crazy to hear because you think about religion in general and forgiveness and about being part of a family and unity and all that stuff. But to hear that a religion is kind of like breaking up families just because one person doesn't believe.
That's why I'm not quick to say it because I'm like, I don't know all the rules and stuff because that just sounds foreign to me because that's your mama.
Yeah.
Like I mean, adopted mom, but that's your mom. And because y'all have a different, that's just like you going to school and deciding, hey, I found this church I like.
Yeah.
Hillsong or whatever. And I like this church that I'm checking out. I went to different churches when I went to college. You start finding yourself or whatever. So that means I'll go up in some place and they tell me, hey, by the way, since your parents ain't really card-carrying members, you can't talk to them no more. So I don't talk to them, but I'll be like, hey, but the tuition is due.
It's $65.
Are you like, you know what I'm saying?
Would you, Meredith, would you pay for little Aubrey or little Olivia if they weren't talking to you for 11 years?
I mean, I feel like it's on his end, but I mean, for their education, yeah, I'd be saving up for it.
Oh, you think it's him?
Yes. I think it's mutual now that she's older and she sees what's going on, but that started at a very young age. That's why they got divorced. Katie Holmes was kind of like brought in, and it was remember Tom Cruise back in the day jumping on top of Oprah's couch? How excited and giddy he was and all that stuff, and he was ripped for it. After she gave birth, she didn't want her kid to grow up in the religion because it's a little bit different.
So that's what broke up the relationship?
To say it politely, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she divorced Tom Cruise. And he saw it as a huge embarrassment as well.
There's a lot of people who, I mean, obviously because Scientology is so close, because it's here in the Bay Area and in Clearwater, especially with a bigger imprint. Yep. So people are writing us with these really, really specific like messages. This out of the 941. My cousin joined at 20. Mind you, we're both 30 now, and my family, let alone his parents, have made no contact with him. He went from being a barber to joining the religion, and have made no contact since. We're always concerned for his well-being.
This one from Haley, she said they also basically think if something bad happens to you, it's your fault, essentially karma. So if something happens to you, like they don't help you out at all. You're not allowed to take like medicine or anything for it. Like it's your fault that happened to
you. Somebody just wrote, but they all rich, so the money is not an issue.
They are
you got to have certain amount of pay to be there.
So there's different levels. I think and you have to work for them. Yeah, and then you move up different levels in Scientology. Tom Cruise is known as like being one of the highest levels.
Well, I mean, he's got big paper, but I'm saying, are they just some regular smuggler people out there?
Absolutely.
Like, okay.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. But those are the worker bees, basically. Have you driven? This is no shade against anything.
I've been down Clearwater and saw all the stuff.
Yes, you've seen the people walking by. You know, they're all dressed very similarly. They're going to different classes and all that stuff.
Yeah, I just don't know the specifics of it or whatever. But I've seen those like welcome centers or whatever.
Yeah,
like the ones because they got them in L.A. and they got them all over.
They have them downtown Tampa as well.
Dude, I used to have to deliver during COVID when I was delivering pizzas. Yeah. I had to deliver to the Scientology in Ybor right there.
Yeah,
and they wouldn't even allow me into the building.
Really?
They have
a bookstore.
Have you seen
there.
you?
They have. First of all, relax.
They like he looks like a sinner.
No, but like they have security outside in the doors, and they don't let anybody into the buildings. You're not allowed in there. You're not even allowed to like step foot on that campus unless you practice Scientology. And like, there's people that work there. If you work there, like you're not allowed in certain areas of the building unless you practice Scientology.
So this is just what we've been told. This is from the documentaries I've watched. I am not a Scientologist. I have not experienced this. Neither of the people I'm working with.
You starting to see them texts. See, that's
I got one in.
That's why I was saying, hey, listen, we are not experts on that.
Right, exactly.
But I didn't know that this was the thing. My big thing was 11 years. I haven't seen you, but I'm still funding the highest education I can for you. That's hero type stuff in my mind.
And what was it, $65,000 a year?
$65,000 a year. I know. My daughter ain't talking to me over $10.
You guys still aren't talking?
No, I mean, well, yes, we talked yesterday, but she still got an attitude with it. That's the only reason why the headline caught my attention. Yeah. I was like, man, you talking about like a drama thing. We're talking.
You guys are talking because of the $10.
I mean, we're talking because she had to get a ride from dance yesterday.
We actually got
it broke it down.
Yeah,
that barrier.
We actually got some people telling us that we are giving misinformation, that they have family members that are Scientologists and they're still allowed to talk to them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know it from Leah Remini. I mean, I love her as far as the King of Queens.
Yes.
But I don't know I didn't watch any of those like the exposés that she did or any of the documentaries.
It's very eye-opening. And of course, that's her opinion. By the way, she did experience it, firsthand. Out of the 813, I delivered Amazon there. Wouldn't let me in unless I was willing to take a test.
Yeah. Like, that's what they made me do. What
did you take a test?
They didn't make me take the test. They were like, if you want to walk in, you got to take the test. I was like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, I ain't taking no test that I ain't got to take. Like, I know nothing about it.
I did not know this was going to go that route.
Yeah.
I did not expect this to go like a Scientology route. I thought this was just because Tom Cruise is kind of weird.
Yes.
And, like, Katie Holmes kind of got away from that.
Yes, she did.
I didn't think it was based off of this, whatever, but yeah. Listen, we're not scared to talk about anything, but I don't like to talk about something that I'm not really well versed on. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people on here are like giving us the tea.
By the way, if you do want to check out that documentary, anybody that's listening, you should, with Leah Remini. It's all filmed in town. I mean, 80% of it is.
You know what? I love Leah Remini when she was on King of Queens. Plus, she was doing back in the day doing those FHM ads. Oh my gosh, she was killing it. But I just didn't really get into it because it's like that's kind of like, I don't really know about Seventh-day Adventists. I don't go look at that. I don't Jehovah's Witness. I know a little bit about it, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really jump into it because as I started seeing them buy more buildings and stuff, I was like, man, they must be blowing up.
Right.
Whatever they doing.
Yeah.
But I ain't never really cared about it.
It's interesting.
It's hard to kind of break down, like who's right and who I get the L. Ron Hubbard story from back in the day.
You've heard it.
I've heard that, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't know the
If you don't know it, you can Google it, but also Google the South Park version. So it breaks it down for you in 2 minutes.
Vincent just texted. He said, "Wait, freak show. Scientology eat pizza? Yeah, they eat pizza.
Is that something they're not supposed to do?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. They obviously ordered it from us.
So how'd they tip?
Pizza
every
day.
week.
$20.
$20.
They tip.
$20
Hey,
every time.
I told you they got paper.
They got
buying
paper,
up the block. They got paper now.
Yeah, but it was weird because, like I said, the security was out there and they watch you every step.
Yeah,
like
there's
they
a
don't
lot of
allow
cameras.
you to go in there.
But the crazy thing is, and again, I keep saying crazy just because that's the word I use. I don't want anybody to be like, Orlando was calling it Scientology is crazy. But like a regular schmegular church, like the ones that are just like, regular just church. Like there's this big time pastor who is actually from my hometown, Keon Henderson.
Okay.
He's the one married to Shaq's old.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's like, very. So this dude, like I just saw one of my friends post it. They follow him and they go to his church or whatever. So he's on the video and he's saying, God put something on my mind that we need to build a new church, I guess, because his church got damaged in the weather craziness.
A whole new
church? So
church?
he's like, I need 2,100 of y'all to give me $2,100. Y'all have 21 days. The number 21. And I'm sitting there looking at the video and I'm like, okay, because I've been in churches where the pastor has said, the Lord has put it on my heart, and then it's up to everybody else. Mm-hmm. And nobody sees that as like crazy weird, but all of this has got y'all like, I'm like, I would be, that's $4.4 million.
Yeah,
that you basically asked everybody else for.
That's very specific. $2,100.
But it was based off 21. It's $2,100, 21 days. 2,100 of y'all that are in the church, I need y'all to give it to me. And he's like, I didn't even do the math yet. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's $4.4 million.
And for him to pretend like he didn't know the exact number, like it really pisses me off that somebody would just do that.
Call me crazy, but when you ask for donations, you're not supposed to ask for a specific amount.
That's not a donation. That's like see, it's different because I grew up in churches where, like I said, that man that's up front is like, hey, the Lord is speaking to me.
Yeah.
And when they start doing that, it's like, who you're supposed to think, who are you to question
the Lord?
You know what I'm saying? And so that's how people get caught up in it. So the whole point is, it's really like, to me, I didn't watch those documentaries because while we're judgmental about a lot of things, I'm very, very like hesitant to be judgmental about people's like
I get that.
Practices of whatever they believe in.
Kristen out of the 727 just said, let me scroll up. My husband used to work for Scientology, and they would make him essentially go to therapy sessions, and they told him I was PTS, meaning a potential trouble source, which Leah talks about a lot in her documentary, by the way. She goes on to say he needed to divorce me. That's what they told him. Obviously, he did not, and he found another job, and we are still married.
Well, I'm going to leave that alone.
Yeah.
And it's not, see, I mean, like, I have nothing to add to that because I don't know if it's true or whatever, but I mean, wow. Fact that, I mean, that's a long text. So they must have been impassioned about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say are they, but I guess you would know. Are they allowed to listen to something like us? Or do they like listen to special stuff?
I think they listen to special stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I won't worry about offending anybody here.
Because
I just say, I didn't know if like there was a bunch of freak show listeners that's out there like, hey, I'm a Scientologist and I'm just trying to win 7 Deadly Spins. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to like.
I would still be scared. I'm just gonna be honest.
Scared of what?
These are Scientologists, man.
But they're not aliens. Well, I mean, there are people who believe.
Apparently, they believe that they are.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, why would you be scared?
Because these people are like connected. Like they're the people in government. People like they're connected, and they don't tell you they're connected.
Oh, okay.
Like
I'll leave it. Hey, listen, I just asked because you said scared. I'm like, all right.
Like you ever seen that documentary with John
I don't watch these documentaries.
He hasn't. He's not up to date about it.
Dude, there's one with John Travolta that's like crazy. He talks about like his son.
Like, but if John Travolta walked in here right now.
Oh my God, I'd be so excited.
Right. I wouldn't be scared of John Travolta. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Like, I would start dancing like Pulp Fiction.
And the same with Tom Cruise. I would be hella excited.
Tom Cruise walk in here and I'm like, bro, hand me a parachute. Where we going?
And then he's going to look at you and be like, I heard what you said about us.
What?
He said it. Rich said it.
No,
I'll be like, Rich did it.
I didn't say I'm the only one that said I was scared.
Do you know there was a very staunch Scientologist, I still didn't know anything about it, but who was on Cheers, Kirstie Alley.
Oh, yes.
And Kirstie Alley came to because Wild Splash was right around the corner at Coachman Park for years. And she showed up backstage and was like, hey, I want to, and everybody was like, yo, Kirstie Alley's here. It was like crazy. So we let her back and she wants to go on stage, but she wants to go on stage to talk about
Scientology.
Scientology.
Yeah, no.
And we were like, yo, this is spring break.
That's gonna kill the
know,
vibe.
and so we didn't let her up. And once we said no, she left. She came to actually talk about it.
To spread the word.
Yeah. So I mean, it's been around, obviously, but I was like, nah.